Welcome back to Let's Play Kameo. Last time we completed the Snowtop Village, in which we acquired 3 new elemental warriors. Those would be Flex, 40 Below, and Snare. You may be wondering what kind of wonderful secrets we can now access with that treasure trove of new warriors. The answer would be no secrets at all, because there's not a single secret outside of the Snowtop Village to utilize any of those 3. Which is kind of a tragic missed opportunity to endear those characters to us. Especially this late in the game when we've already got loyalties to the better elemental warriors we unlocked earlier in the game. The only good thing about it is that it makes Snowtop Village easier to forget. So we remember Yaris telling us that we have to go to the Ogre Swamp next. Just back in the forest from very long ago. First though, there's this bomb plant that's been sitting here waiting for us the entire game.
Major ruin.
We needed Major Ruin to move it off the tree stump here. Now that we've done that, we can just do some more sphere rolling. You know how much the game loves that. And we can get it over to this quest that's been over here since the second video and has yet to be resolved.
What do you want? I'm trying to get this boulder out of the way of me home, so I'm far too busy to talk with you. Push off.
You're not trying very hard, my rude friend. This gentleman is actually named Creeper. So, after we get this boulder out of the way, we're gonna have to check that house for a basement. Just want to get the bomb plant in a position where it will stop rolling downhill and away from the target. We also want to get it in a position where it will blow up Creeper when it goes off. And now we wait.
At last. That is, thanks. Here, take this for your troubles, and let's leave it at that.
Let's not leave it at that. I'm heading in there, and I'm checking for suspicious activity, Creeper. Let's see. Nothing overt. Maybe in here. No, closet full of skeletons. Nope, just coins. Checks out. Let's see what's on the radio. Wait a second, is that? Oh god, that's awesome. All is forgiven, Creeper. I've got just the thing for this. Mumbo Pumbo. Alright, I gotta get out of here. I could listen to that all day. So with that awesome Easter egg, unfortunately behind us, we can head back into here for an elemental fruit that we've known about for a very, very long time. Just need to chill it to get it. So that beetle spawner is finally dead. And there's pods. That was easy enough. Just take this shortcut out of here. Careful. Face plant. There is a way to gracefully descend from that edge, but I can never seem to do it on camera. Another secret, this time all the way out of the forest glade. Not too far out of there though, thankfully. It's in this hut right in front of us. Just got some trolls to deal with. Tough bastards, but we've cooked plenty of them already. And before the bodies even go cold, looking for the next secret. There we go. So now we can head back to the Forgotten Forest. That'll be all the secrets that we can get right now. Since there's no more optional business to take care of, we're gonna have to get on to the meat of the operation. So that's the entrance to the Ogre Swamp, as Nettles told us long ago.
The beetles may be gone, but I'm still going to keep an eye on the guy who lives here. He gives me the creeps.
Just be lucky you don't live next to Creeper. Let's check in with Nettles. And he's not home. He knows the secret of the Ogre Swamp, but I'll just spoil it. It's that gigantic target over the door, obviously. But it seems Chilla's strike isn't quite powerful enough to activate it. That's catastrophic, because that's the only way we can hit it.
Did I just hear a crow?
No. Screw it. Can't finish the game. Just gonna go for a drink.
Warrior trainer? Hey, maybe you can help us. We're trying to get to the Ogre's Swamp.
It sounds familiar. I'm sure I did know a way in. But I can't quite remember. My mind must be failing me.
Well, we don't have time to jog your pumpkin-addled memory. Think.
There's a jukebox over there that the customers can use at night. If you play my favorite tune, the one that reminds me of the old days, I'm sure it'll help me remember.
Good grief. Well, Kameo, if we want to find the Ogre's Swamp, I suppose we have to oblige him.
Warrior Trainer has cemented himself as the worst character in the game by far. Not only does he charge us to do his training tests, he's also going to make us pay the jukebox. So which of these songs could be his favorite? Feast of Kings, Distant Lands? It's Precious Memories.
Now I remember. These tiny creatures will help you get to the Ogre Swamp. Good luck.
He needed to remember that he could summon living bombs. Screw you, you're not going to listen to your favorite song anymore. For some reason, this lilting piccolo tune is called The Giant's Travels. Seems like an inappropriate name.
Those look like magmites. I thought they were extinct. Well, they can stick to certain surfaces, like the target over that door.
So we
It's
finally
a
got a
long
use for
way,
Snare.
But I'm sure Snare can hurl them onto the target if you aim well.
Pass it here.
We would have no particular reason to assume Snare could do this, because we've never used him before.
Who's supposed to be here?
But he can get a mouthful of those magmites, plant himself in the ground, and then sway him back and forth, and misfire directly into the water.
Keep your nose clean.
Let's try that again.
Wow! That's so cool! Pass it here.
Okay. Build up the momentum, get the arc right.
Magmites are explosive. So
Bullseye.
if you strike them hard enough, you might be able to detonate them.
Now Chilla can activate that target. And we can finally get to the long foreshadowed Ogre Swamp.
When Thermite is rescued from the Shadow Troll, the Whatnot book will finally be full and your power at its greatest. Find some way to open that gate.
So there's exactly one ogre left in the world, and he's been exiled to this far-off swamp that's been locked away. And there's a damn good reason for that. A little cutscene suggested that we're going to need the fruits from the plants and the trees. Just gotta figure out how to get them down. Therein lies the problem. So this area is infested with beetles and mosquitoes. Enemies that offer no challenge, just constant irritation. Let's break some beetle spawners. Reduce our headaches slightly. There's a horn flower. Obviously we're gonna need it. So, I guess the ogre hates hornflowers for some reason, and decides to attack them headlong. We have to wait for the plant to be open, and then when he hits his head on the tree, it'll drop the fruit. It didn't do it there because while the cutscenes were showing us how his weakness worked, the pod closed. The fruit doesn't drop when the pod is closed. So that was cheap. There the ogre is out of earshot of the hornflower. There's another big problem. You can only hear it from a very short distance away. The beetles continue to be an irritation and a time waster as we sweep them out. Get another hornflower. Try this again. Gotta look up to see which of the pods is open, which kind of screws up the camera, tends to make it get caught in the high grass. And the ogre's decided he wants to crush us. And he lost sight of us, thankfully. Okay, this pod is definitely open. Here comes the ogre. We got a fruit. It only took 3 minutes. We got the first fruit. And we gotta do that 2 more times. And anytime the ogre hits a tree, he shakes loose a bunch of mosquitoes. All the better. we can reuse the horn flowers, but after the ogre hits a tree, the mosquitoes tend to make it pretty hard to pick it up. So usually it's best to go get a fresh one. Thankfully they do respawn. That is the one little bit of mercy this area gives us. So find the open pod. Hope that it's close enough to the ogre, and it is. Here it comes. Maybe we're going to get a second one real easy. It closed the instant he hit the tree. And in the case of a draw, we lose. Couldn't even give us a little bit of a break. Nope. As soon as we drop that flower, that thing's gonna close. It's like this area is taunting us. Clearly, this whole thing has been custom designed to be as frustrating as possible. Oh, I guess the ogre ran into the air in front of the tree instead of the tree itself. That's perfect. If you haven't guessed already, I'm presenting this completely unedited, so that you can suffer as much as I did. Unless you skip ahead in the video. I didn't plan for that contingency. Okay, I have no clue why the fruit didn't drop that time. Probably a split-second decision where the pod closed just in time again. I don't know why the pod has to close. This would be difficult enough with the stupid controls if it just stayed open. But no. Okay. We got it this time. There it goes. Second fruit down. And can we get it? Oh, it's surrounded by mosquitoes. They're not gonna let us pick that thing up. Oh god. If you're moving even slightly when you press the A button, you will throw the fruit instead of drop it. And I threw it right in between the ogre's legs. So let's see if we can sneak in. He's the slow as molasses, so sure we can. No. No, we can't. He didn't care about us before. Why is he so protective of the fruit now? Damn it. Okay. Plan B, get a horn flower, distract him. Just toss it aside. Whatever, just get the hell out of the way. And by sheer coincidence, it landed in front of the tree that had the pot open. And he knocked it down. It's a phenomenal stroke of luck. So I'm not going to complain. I spent way too much time here already. Just gotta pick up that last fruit. Intentionally ran into the mosquito there just to get him out of the way. And drop the last plug. So that's 10 minutes of your life you're never going to get back. And it could have easily been much, much, much longer if not for that stroke of luck at the end there. If it weren't so late in the game and there weren't the promise of the final elemental warrior hanging over your head, I could see a player rage quitting over that. Never coming back to this stupid game. But thankfully that's the worst part of the game and it's over now. It's all uphill from here. We got one last elemental fruit there. And I'm putting on the Eye of Regeneration because there's no way I'm dying now. There's young Thermite, along with the 7th and final Shadow Troll. At long last. Let's see what his gimmick is. So he's got skull missiles, I guess. They're gonna home in on us, and they will eventually hit something. They don't expire. Usually they're gonna hit a light troll, but sometimes they're gonna hit us. They're pretty persistent. Thankfully, the Shadow Troll himself basically doesn't move. He's just gonna take his hits like a man. His gimmick isn't that difficult, so the fact that he is pretty much stationary makes it relatively easy. Just gonna shoot out more and more skulls, to be expected. And my troll is running circles around us for some reason. I intentionally let that light troll continue to strangle me so that the skulls would hit him. There's our second hit, but we can see that the Shadow Troll's health is only at half. Ooh, what a difficulty curve. He needs 4 hits instead of 3. Whatever will we do? Oh, got a lucky dodge there. There's the third. Let's check out his death throws. He is, and he's got blue circles. As well as 4 homing skulls. You can see they can also hit the tombstones, which means that those tombstones that have been around since the very first Shadow Troll finally have a purpose. There he is. Shot. Knocked out the final Shadow Troll. Never have to come back to the Shadow Realm again. And we've got the final elemental sprite. So that's Thermite. A meek little bug with a volcano on his
Kameo,
back.
can you hear me?
Otho? Do you hear someone calling my name?
No. Wait! I bet it's the old hag and the ancestors trying to contact you telepathically. Concentrate.
Kameo, can you hear me?
Loud and clear, Mystic.
Very good. Now, listen to me carefully. Bring the Whatnot book back to me, to us, so we can make sure you're ready to face Thorn.
I'm ready now.
No! Racing off to fight him without preparation is exactly what he wants.
If Thorn wants a war, I'll give him a war.
Now you're starting to sound like your father, and I like it.
You insolent little child, you have no idea what you're dealing with.
Silence! Arguing will get us nowhere, and time is precious.
Wise, as always. But don't you also think, my dear ancestors, it would be wise for her to return to the Enchanted Kingdom before battling the dreaded Troll King? Possibly.
But if Kameo says she feels confident in her command of the elemental warriors, then I support her.
But she's only...
Enough! It's decided. Kameo, go forth and face Thorn with our blessing.
You're making a grave mistake.
We'll do what we can to rally the troops and come to your aid. Until then, fight for the honor of Solon.
For the honor of my father.
Fools! All of you!
So that cutscene is baffling for a number of reasons. Kameo forgets how telepathy works. The Mystic has flagrant foreshadowing. And Kameo decides not to return to the Enchanted Kingdom. And that's exactly what we need to do next. So, brilliant work, developers. So here's what Thermite does, and it's pretty awesome. He shoots bombs all over the place. He's about 10 times more powerful than any of the other elemental warriors. And he can kill this goddamn ogre. There we go. Ogres are extinct. And as the ruling queen of this kingdom, I declare that this shall no longer be called the Ogre Swamp, but simply the Swamp. And also no one can ever come here ever again. So let us never return to this area. It almost ruined the entire game. And we won't need that Eye of Regeneration anymore. Now we're heading back to the Enchanted Kingdom.
I wish I had some backup.
Now that we're back, let's check in with the Mystic. Tell her that we changed her mind and that she was right all along. Oh, she's not here. Guess she got impatient.
Curious. I wonder where the Mystic could have gone. Oh well, let me worry about that. You just get to Thorn's Pass as quickly as possible and bring your mother home safely.
Screw that, I'm gonna look for the Mystic. Maybe
Curious.
this note will have some information?
I wonder where the
Shut up, Yaris. Meepo?